What's up guys, Card Protagonist here, and today we will be doing a Vanguard Zero deck profile on Oracle Think Tank Scarlet Witch CoCo deck, which is really underrated because honestly it's one of the best draw decks in the game, just overshadowed by the Power Creep deck right now. So thanks to Silent Tom, we still have a win con of cheesing opponent to 5 and then just sniping him off, finishing it off with Tom. So it doesn't really matter if your opponent is cross-right or not, or even they have 1000 of hand size. Once you go into Tom and your opponent is at 5, it is game unless they check a death heal. And also, Scarlet Witch CoCo is a really solid draw too when you ride. So in a way, it is slightly stronger draw power compared to Tsukiyomi because of the fact that Tsukiyomi Count Blast 2 to draw 2 and Soul Charge 1. So in a way, you're actually drawing 1, but this girl solid still draw 2. But of course, you're missing out on those stack memorization. So if you're kind of like a casual OTT player, I think this deck really suits you more. The deck also have a really solid starter, which is Lulu. You could actually splash it in many other decks, even in Battle Sisters, because whenever a Grade 3 Vanguard rides, it does not specify witches. You could just Soul Blast 2, call this card out from the Soul, kind of like PBD's Doggo. Call it out from the Soul Blast 2 to draw a single card. So in a way, this Pioneer skill plus draw 1 is a +2, so it's actually not bad. And also it sets up your soul so that you can use your Scarlet Witch CoCo, which is whenever you have 1 or less soul, you get to Count Blast 2 to draw 2 cards when you ride. So this ability, usually in this deck, I use it once because of the fact I don't play Gentle Gym. It's up to player preference whether you want to play Gentle Gym. Its ability is when he attacks, you can discard 1 card, or rather, I don't know whether you need to attack or not, but you can discard 1 card and choose one of the regards and power it up. It's not bad with Tom because you'll make Tom an 11k by itself. So you'll be able to hit cross-right numbers as well with Cat. So yeah, you could try Gentle Gym, but this is more like a very basic deck, and I've played with it and I have quite a bit of success with it. So the deck itself is pretty self-explanatory. The notable cards are actually 4 copies of Gemini. The reason why I do play 4 copies is because during the early game, your Grade 1 to Grade 2, before you go to Grade 3 and call your Lulu out, you most likely won't have a booster unless you do have multiple copies of Grade 1s. So it's very important to have 4 copies of Gemini, otherwise you'll be whiffing a lot of shots. And with this deck being not so aggressive compared to the other counterparts getting crits and stuff, it's very important to do some damage in the early game. So I do play the 8k vanillas just for that fact, because we don't really have boosters like we don't have pull outs like Pioneer units, Grade 0s. So for the Grade 2s, another interesting card of interest is actually the Mocha. Well, there is a Battle Sister that has 12k attack power if you have no soul, but as previously mentioned, during your Grade 2 ride, when I played that card, if my opponent was to ride on Blaster Duck in Shadows, they'll be a 10k base, and I don't have any boosters. All my cards can't hit, okay? The only cards that can hit is actually the Mocha. So I actually make her, change her from the, I don't know what's her name, but it's a 12k beat stick during the late game into her, because she also hits 11k. Early game he definitely hit 11k because you do have the hand size. Late game you could also, since your hand size is always very big, it's 11k base, you can solo a lot of units, and behind Cats it's 18k, so it's cross-right hittable. So that's that. So I think Mocha is a pretty solid choice compared, I think it's a Glaze or something like that. 4 copies of Lady Gaga. So basically it's like the Faithful Angel, where if you attack and you have no souls, you can send back cards from the draw 1 card and send back card from your hand to your bottom deck. So yeah, that is a pretty neat skill because you do draw a lot, and there's chances that you draw a lot of triggers. Yeah, for the Grade 3s, you play 4 copies of Sakuya. It's kind of a good Grade 3 ride, but one thing you guys gotta notice is, gotta take note is, when you're running Sakuya and you call out Lulu, please activate Lulu's skill first, because if you activate Sakuya's skill first, right, you will bounce back Lulu and Lulu's skill won't trigger, so you won't be able to Soul Blast, and that's hell. It happened to me once, so just letting you guys know that you guys need to use Lulu's skill first. Otherwise, you will miss out on Lulu's skill. You miss out on Soul Blasting and drawing, and that's very bad. 4 copies of the Apollon. Apollon is still very good in this deck. Even if you don't ride into your Scarlet Witch CoCo, if you have 2 unflipped Count Blast, using Apollon's Count Blast 2, you'll be able to draw 2 and send 1 back to the deck. So it's still pretty good. You don't really have that much, not as strong as the draw power as the pure Scarlet Witch CoCo to draw 2, but it's still a very powerful draw engine, and it does last a couple of turns, so you could just survive the whole game by riding Apollon. Even Sakura is not bad, because Sakura allows you to bounce back extra cats or Cocos, Cocoa back to your hand, so it's not bad. One notable skill is the ability to have 3k attack, extra 3k attack power if you have no soul. So yeah, you must have no soul to become a cross-right hitter. So this skill is not bad because she herself can solo cross-rights, which you most likely will be doing, because most of the time, since we do not have any cards that can destroy intercepts, we will be using our rear guards to swing into the rear guard intercepts, and then using the CoCo and swinging for crits. Alright, speaking of crits, right, this deck does play a max out crits and 4 heals as usual. I initially tried stance, but I realized in the early game, most of the time I'll be only calling one unit, which is the Vanguard itself, because you do want to take 2 damage so that your third turn you can draw a lot on your third turn. So it's kind of similar to when I was playing OG Vanguard as well. Your opponent might damage deny you, so you try not to call any rear guards. If they damage deny you, it's okay as well. Yep. So I changed to crits because early game, if you don't have core rear guards, you check that those stands are there. It's pretty much whiffing. So you check a crit, you push your opponent to high numbers. It's very easy to fight against even dotes, because sometimes if you crit sack early game, you can easily push it to 4 or 5, and Tom is just waiting to end the game. One copy of lonely copy of Nana. Unfortunately, her ability is not good enough. Vanguard Rear skill, basically he's the same as the CoCo, where without the draw ability, you could play 4 copies of her you have, but I think she's not that good compared to the rest. I mean, she's plus 4k, my god. She's so much better than CoCo herself. Yeah, unless she gains an extra ability, like when he attacks you can put cards from your hand to your bottom of the deck and draw one, maybe something like that. But for now, I think she's quite lonely. Unfortunately, I put a lot of SPs of her, but only can use one. So without further ado, let's jump into rank and try out the deck. So I have Nexo using Shadow Paladins, VP farming at the moment. I think it was VP farming. I had to pull him in. So let's have a good game. So this hand, well, going first it's okay. If you're going second, I usually keep Gemini. But this hand is actually pretty good for going first. So I'm gonna keep it. 1 PG is also very good against Shadows for their damn charging lance. So pretty decent hand. We could work with the Apollon, because Apollon is still a very good card to shuffle back stuff if you draw too much triggers in your hand. Okay, we'll write this because we want the damage incoming, just in case he writes a 7k. So activate the skill of CoCo. Crit trigger. I'll place at the bottom because I don't really want her to be gone so soon. Yep. If it's a draw trigger, it's a different story. But draw triggers are in really good in this deck because it will overflow your hand. I tried draw triggers in the initial build of the deck, and when I write Great Trees, a lot of them went to the drop zone, so it isn't really worth it. So yeah, unfortunately for Frank, so he did write a PG, but fortunately for me, I wrote this because so that I can take 1 point of damage. It's a very strange thing. So I could keep Gaga, but I think I'll write. Should I keep Gaga? Yeah, I'll keep Gaga. I feel like I have a hunch that I'm gonna draw a lot of triggers, so I'll keep Gaga for shuffling back. So with this, I will battle. Swing. Get a Dark Cat. It's okay. What you wanna do with this deck is you wanna. The reason why I play crits is because I played stands also. I tested stands, and stands don't really good. It's not really good, especially if you're playing this kind of playstyle of trying to accumulate damage in your trigger zone. So stance isn't really good. Crit is the optimal way. And of course, crit you need to play a little bit careful because you're playing Tom. If you play crit in your deck, do use your Vanguard to attack their Vanguard, and use your Vanguard to clear their intercepts instead, so that you won't check crit and make them not become 5. Okay, crit is still good in OTT in a way after playtesting. So a very nice SP in the main, a very good combo with the Curse Lancer, since you'll be able to counter charge as well. And my first Storm is down. Yikes, man. So with that, you'll be able to counter charge with the huge plus. So all my Geminis are going to drop zone. Yikes. I'm in my damage zone. Okay, so right now we're gonna write into the Apollon. Unfortunately, we won't be able to write a CoCo, but it's okay. Apollon does work out well. So you'll still be able to set up your soul with these Little Witch Lulu. So since she won't be a magic number behind Apollon, I'll be calling her to the side, hopefully drawing into a decent booster. You draw Scarlet Witch CoCo. I could ride over it the next turn, so it's okay. So I'm gonna call this here and try to push for damage. Right now, you wanna push for damage as much as you can. So that's what I'm planning. So we're gonna battle. Don't invoke, because I plan to invoke the Apollon at the side. Okay, this is a very interesting question, because Apollon, if Apollon checks a crit, right, it might not be worth for me, so let's go with this first. Draw one. Draw a Silent Storm, really nice. I might have to send back CoCo because otherwise I won't. I don't want to send back anything else, it's so good. And this is actually alright. Get the heal trigger, not bad. Like staying at Apollon is not too bad as well. So PG down. The bottom deck. Also another thing good about Apollon, right, is using with Gaga. Apollon allows you to shuffle a deck where you send your triggers to the bottom of deck, right? You can now shuffle them. So that's also pretty good of Apollon. Surprising, Apollon works really well in this deck. It's a pretty good backup, right? So now he's his turn. He rides into the Phantom Blasted Dragon, probably. An SP Phantom Blasted Dragon. Damn. That looks sick with the purple aura. So with Phantom Blasted Dragon, he definitely will be able to use the damn charging lens, especially with 3 damage. So this is why the PG is very important for this deck. Unfortunately, with OTD's amazing draw power, it's not hard to fetch PGs with this deck. So right now he draws 2. He has the 2 extra Count Blast, thinking whether to go for that damn charging lens. Most likely, since he's calling some fodder units. Count Blast 2. Adding pressure by retiring my front row intercepts. Now he starts to attack, starts on the offense. Another Tom in the damage zone, not good. So with that, he will swing with his critical Vanguard with a heal trigger. That is very, very useful. Double heal trigger. Fortunately, the second one whiffs. Otherwise, I would be in a huge disposition. But if I were to draw into 4, it wouldn't even matter because he would heal 2 anyway. Damn. Okay. So we have Scarlet with CoCo. Nah, no point riding her already. So right, skip. I feel like I should be able to survive. So no, I'm not using a top. I'm gonna check and hope I get a trigger. The non-trigger. So placing at the bottom. And CoCo, it's your turn to do your thing. So battle. I'll use CoCo and swing. So hopefully I can at least drive him to 5 damage with, in a way, somehow. A heal trigger will be very, very useful right now. Heal trigger, nice. Fortunately, those shuffled heal triggers put in some work, so it will be. Definitely, I don't have anything to fake, but I want to act like I have some stand triggers in this deck. Critical trigger, huge. But with that, he might be able to. He might want my perfect guard and won't be driven to 4. He doesn't have PG. That is insane. So he's in quite a tough spot unless he does draw a PG. So hopefully he does have his stuff. He has a Phantom Blaster Overlord. So that is a 13k base. My Toms won't be hitting so easily. So he activates in the main. Scarlet want to draw 2. Still very strong. Very powerful. One of the best draw engines in the game, honestly. It's kind of better than CoCo because she's a rear guard and you don't have to ride over. Basically whenever you're riding stuff, you're minusing 1 in your hand. So it's not always good. So he's going for an all swing. Perhaps a personal blast. Might be fatal. So 15k unfortunately won't be a hit. It's the rear guard. And perhaps maybe a personal blast we might see. Is a personal blast. If he says thinking here, pro tip, is a personal blast. So I'm trying to push in for more damage with personal blast. Good move. Personal blast is basically a pseudo booster. Doesn't get a PG. So fortunately I do have a PG for that. Alright, looks like saving the last turn was pretty worth it. I feel very bad for that, but but that's the only way I could try to win the game right now. I'll probably call down one Gaga because intercepts. Maybe not. Just in case, you never know. So I'll be swinging the Masquerade first, and the main. Tom, as long as she's boosted by anything, Tom will hit 13k for sure. So this skill I get to draw 1, draw 2, and then shuffle back 1. So shuffling back the trigger for sure. Fattening deck with triggers is one way I could win with OTT and hopefully win the game with this. So Silent Tom is on the strike. Heal trigger, amazing. So lucky I did not misplay. I don't see if I die. But unfortunately for me, right, if he get rid of my last Tom, the win con will be very difficult. But you guys get the idea on how the win con works. So you just drive opponent to 5, then use a Tom to for game. Yeah, at least it explains. That's a very nice death deal for sure. GG. Babak car. Free rearguard. Well, it's 11k. Give him more rearguards. He might consider... If he counts this right, he will be able to push me for damage. But let's see. He needs to push me for 3 points of damage. So he needs to hit 21k, which he has with his Vanguard. Definitely seems like he's using it. So Count Blast 2 to burst up my intercept and deal 3 points of damage for game. So it all comes down to whether I can check a trigger for this. So a power up, very nice. Unfortunately loses the cross right, but doesn't really matter because this will hit the magic number. So sacrifice the Dark Dictator. Need to check a trigger, come on guys. Come on, trigger please. I got a lot of trigger. It's a critical trigger, saved by the triggers. Let's see. 25k. Oh, I am safe, am I? Oh, 22k. Really safe, really safe. Really lucky with that. Damn. I'm really lucky that I actually managed to... I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Lucky I healed 1 just now. So I'm gonna do a right skip. And it's an 11k base. So something... This should hit magic number with this. Because of the fact that it's a 13k. This one hit magic number, so probably Gaga is a better choice right now. So battle. So yeah. So use Gaga, send back. Always join the heal triggers, I have no idea why. So let's see whether Gaga does the job done. Heal trigger. Damn, it's a draw trigger. Wow, that was a really close game though. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my deck perform on Oracle Think Tank Scarlet Witch CoCo. Even though she's kind of a triple rare that come out at the wrong time, I feel that she could be out one set earlier. She would have shined a lot more better right now compared to Overlords and all the cross rights. But she's still a very nice deck to play because we still have Toms, a really OP finisher, and with tons of draw powers, not getting the PGs to hand makes you feel very safe. So please show her more love, and I hope you guys build your perfect CoCo deck. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Peace out and love you guys. Brrrr.